Oh, Joe's apartment tonight. We're not doing the Joe's apartment.
She
Just
can't do
one
this.
time, Sharon. You can do it.
Come on. Come
Come on,
on.
all your fans are here.
Listen, I got the paparazzi at my door right now.
Listen, either sing Joe's apartment or I'm going to take a video of me putting ranch dressing on my Chinese food.
Oh my God. Oh no, here comes the roaches. Joe's apartment, Joe's apartment. They're running up the walls in Lisa's apartment, Lisa's apartment. Smash him on the wall, smash him in the head. Running around in Joe's apartment, Joe's apartment. Sharing Lisa's apartment. The bed bugs are crawling, the roaches are running in Joe's apartment. That's it for me tonight, folks.
Not mom dancing.
Get them all laughing. Why not? End the night with a good little laugh. We need a good little laugh. It's not making fun of her, you know what? But you got to put a little. You got to put a little spin on this because
I
if you
get
don't,
it.
she'll really push you over the edge.
Oh yeah, seriously.
So you got to laugh a little bit because you know what? We don't want the people pushed over the edge. We want them back in here.
Yeah.
Mom, I need the insider video of how you were dancing like that.
I'm sure you'll see the raccoon dancing on Nookie's page and me singing in the background. Make
Right.
it good, Nook. Make it good.
I'm sorry, whose page?
Nookies. Make it good, Mr. Nookie.
Never
Guess
heard
what?
of
You know
him.
why his name is Nookie? He ain't getting no damn
You
Nookie.
want the cookie? Never heard of him. I don't know.
Right.
Nookie's not getting no Nookie. Oh, poor boy. He's just a sad old boy. He needs a hug. The raccoon
Sharon,
better give him a
approve my
hug.
request now. Somebody said, Sharon,
Now,
approve my
Sharon.
request now.
He better get some new glasses, Mr. Nookie, so he could go find a little Nookie.
Sharon.
He ain't gonna get none because I guarantee you he's about 4'3" and
That's what I said. He's probably
he
a
probably still
bumblebee.
lives with his mom.
Yeah.
Because who else has the time to record everybody's lives, including moms, right? Like, who
Talk
has
about
the time
content.
to
What's his
fucking do that
content? He only
shit?
busts
I don't.
people's,
I don't.
his
I
beat,
don't.
their
And I don't
beat.
even work. Like, I stay at home with my kid. I don't have the time to do that shit.
Well, people, it's been fun tonight. At least put a little
She
humor
said
on it. But
now,
she's gone.
Sharon.
But trust and believe, she'll be back by 2:30 in the morning. She'll be flying.
That's her ranch on
Right
Chinese
now
food.
she's out there. The
Wait,
paparazzi are
wait,
chasing her on her
wait,
broomstick right now.
wait a second. Benny Jet, back to ranch and Chinese food. That sounds good. I want to try that. I only put ranch on my pork fried rice and my chicken lo mein, and everybody thinks I'm sick,
Oh, she's
disgusting, twisted,
choking
and
me with that
everything
ranch.
else. Shut up, Sharon. Everybody
Oh.
thinks I'm demented and I'm a spawn of Satan. But I'm just saying, if you haven't tried it, don't
I don't
fucking knock
mind
that
ranch, but they
shit.
have to be where I'm dipping those
You
little chicken wings in
shut
them.
up, Sharon.
I think she makes about 350, 375 a day.
Oh,
Who?
yeah, because when the boy was there, she was just asking for $5. It was 5 and 10. Now she's up to 30, 60, 90, and over 100 already. And let's not forget that she's giving to the veterans tomorrow. When her pee-pee's out of the hole, she's donating to the veterans.
Okay, so are people calling that number tomorrow or did they call today?
Emails and phone calls are the best. I wish I had time more, but I won't be back home till probably after 2 o'clock.
Who are we calling? Because I can be Karen.
I was just wondering if anybody had a chance to reach out today. You're calling tomorrow? Okay. Thank
I
you.
think there
Bonnie.
was so
I
many
don't I
calls
don't
on
have a
her.
PP either. I'm a girl, so we're all left out. Who are we
I
calling?
think they
Who are
have
we
to submit
calling?
proof of who donated, so that would be the ones that donated it. So the ones that donated have to call, or have to show the proof. See, I don't know how
Who
that works,
donated
guys.
where? Nobody's answering me. Who donated where and where are we calling? Because I can be a whole Karen.
The Attorney General's office is a good place to start.
Yeah, but somebody's saying that you have to, the people who donated have to prove that they donated.
No,
You
I don't
can't
think
make
it-
a
I
report
don't know
if
if
it
any
didn't
of her
happen to you.
enablers are in this live.
Sure. Michelle's saying you can't make a report if it didn't happen to you. You know, like, if it happened to you, you can make a report, but if you're just some random person that heard her saying that, like, they want proof of who donated.
You know what? I would give it tops another week before she digs her own hole, and she's gonna drop herself in because she's gonna get caught doing something that's gonna get her caught. So she's just digging herself in deeper and deeper by everything that she's doing.
Right, that's what I've been saying. You can't call. Yeah, you can't call if you don't have the proof.
Because you know what? Does she not think she's being watched? Come on. Come on. They're just gonna wait and they're gonna strike at the right moment. They just
Well,
don't want. They don't
Benny
want
said.
just her. They want to
Benny
grab. They
said-
want to grab 10 or 15 of them at a time.
Benny said, "Well, I'm going to be heard, though. That crossed the line." I agree. It completely crossed the line. She has no excuse. I mean, she's trying to make excuses, but she has no excuse. She knew what she was doing. This was planned. This was a planned scam.
And she thinks she's slick, but guess what? There's always going to be somebody who's slicker than her.
Just to be clear, because I know somebody's recording this, she said that was a planned scam, not a
There you
scam
go.
slam. She said planned scam.
There you go.
Yeah, at some point she needs to be in trouble for all the stuff that she's doing. She's already done so much, and then this just.
I'm sure her lawyer, her caseworker, her youth and family worker, probably the boy's
I agree.
grandmother, everybody's watching her antics until she goes back to court. And a judge might slam her good because you absolutely know she's not doing no IOP. It's 3 weeks already. What's her excuse for that? She don't have time.
IOP is multiple days a week. So
And she
multiple
has not
hours
done
a
it at
day.
all. And she's even said she has not done it. I mean, she lied and said she did do it. Then she said she didn't do it. Come on. She needs to write all her stuff down to get her lies right.
No, she didn't come out and say it was a scam, I don't think. But that's all she does is scam, so.
She did come out and say she has not been to IOP though, and unless I'm mistaken, but that's what I
heard that.
understood.
I heard that.
Some people went over to Pastor Petty, but I don't know what was said over there because I wasn't over there. I just know people did go over to him.
And the clinic will be closed Sunday and Monday. Monday's a holiday.
And I could be mistaken, but as far as I understand it, Petty is not a vet. I think his wife is in the military, and that's why he shows a military ID to get on base.
That makes sense.
I do believe that Pastor Petty lives in military housing on base. He has to show his ID to get on and off. But if I'm not mistaken, and I very well could be wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think his wife is in the military.
That's correct. It was recommended that she goes to IOP, not ordered. That's why she isn't going then.
Well, yeah, because if you have your kids removed, everything is always going to be recommended. So you do this and you can have your kids back. It's not court ordered. You do this, you can have your kids back. You don't do it, fuck you, bye.
No court
If
order,
you-
yes.
Guess what? I guess she doesn't care because it's 3 weeks already. She would have been a month into IOP already, almost just a month in.
Nothing
Yeah,
is ever going to be court ordered unless you are in legal trouble. If you're in legal trouble, they can court order you to rehab. They can court order you to IOP. But if you're not in legal trouble, if there's no charges against her for Jace, then it's just
Girl.
recommendations.
Crystal. I guess you don't know. I was on Pastor Petty's. Go look at Nonia's beeswax. Go look over there onto Nonia's page. Okay, Mom, tell her to page. Go look over there, and you will see a nice fight between me and another scammer. You will crack up laughing.
I don't
She
think it's on her.
posted it up tonight. It's posted.
Why did she post it tonight?
She,
Did you go over
oh,
there
I
today?
just spotted it tonight because it popped up on my page. I'm like, OMG.
Did you
It's
go?
when I was fighting with that scammer who got you girls for $64 in Pastor Petty's live. And man, did we go at it. My son was listening in the background. He goes, Mom, that sounds like you. I said, it sure is.
Oh, yeah, with Let Me Some Sugar. I don't know what's going on with her. I need to check on that because that's another scammer that I definitely want to expose, and I need to find out what's going on with that one.
I think she's laying low.
Not only, I just want to step in here real quick. Methadone, if you are not taking it in the right capacity, if you are not taking it to prevent withdrawals, and if you are not taking it to dose down, if you're not using methadone the way it's meant to be, you can absolutely get high off of it.
I
Absolutely.
don't understand how they can't be held accountable knowing that she's dirty, giving her that plus what she's doing. My God, I mean that's like a cocktail. That's like a cocktail to take an elephant down.
Well, somebody, and I'm not saying this is fact, this is speculation on my part. This has nothing to do with Mom. This has nothing to do with this live. But somebody somewhere said that the clinic she goes to is government funded. They don't
Correct.
care if she pisses dirty because they still get the money either way.
Are they going to be held accountable if something happens to her?
They could if it was investigated, but who's going to spend the money to investigate that? The government that funds it? No, they're not going to do that. They don't really care. I mean, it's so easy to take somebody else's half a urine sample and say, "Yep, she tested clean," even though she's not.
Hmm.
Jody says that all clinics are government funded. I don't know about that because I never went to a clinic, and it doesn't make sense if they are all government funded. But if you have somebody that's been coming there and they're on state medical insurance for the past 18 years, why would you cut that off? That's guaranteed money.
Sad.
They don't care. They don't care about addicts. And I don't
Has
care if
everybody
I sound like
noticed in the past 3 weeks how sunken her face has gotten? Tonight she even said that she feels sick. You wonder why you feel sick? Are you serious? You're putting all that poison in your body and you wonder why? How
I don't,
could you wonder why? When you're
Sharon, can you
putting all
pause
that
for a
poison
second?
in there.
I don't care if I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but if the clinic is government funded, they don't care what happens to you. The employees don't care what happens to you. The employees probably don't even know. All they know is they get their paycheck and they think they're helping you. Probably. I mean, I have a good heart, so I want to believe that they think they're helping people, but I don't think that anybody actually cares. As far as I have seen and what I know, addiction is government made. They put the drugs out there. People got addicted. Most people, if you look into the statistics, most people got addicted to drugs from a doctor, from
Hugs.
hospitalized hugs. Sorry. Most
You're fine.
people got addicted to hugs from a medical provider, from an injury, and then it sprawled out from that.
That absolutely does happen
And
because
then they profited
I
because,
lost
oh,
my niece from that.
hold on,
Doing that.
hold on. They profited from that because, oh, you had an injury. Well, we're gonna prescribe you these hugs. We're gonna hospitalize you, and then when you get out, we're gonna prescribe you these. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Here's a plan. You think you have a plan of can? What? I can't. Oh my God, I'm having a seizure. You have a plan of care. You don't. All they want to do is make it so you are addicted and you can't get off. You can't get off without medical assistance. So, oh, look, here is this other hug. that can help you. It can maintain your addiction and you won't be considered an addict, but we're going to help you here. So you pay this amount of money or your insurance can pay this amount of money and we're going to take care of you. But they don't ever actually take care of you. They just addict you to another type of hug that is legal.
You're fine, Amanda. Yeah, I mean, some people agree, some people don't agree. I know some people in the chat are saying they don't agree. You know,
Some people don't have to agree. I know that I was a perfectly good person and I had a child through a C section. They gave me an epidural. They missed where they were supposed to hit. They hit my spinal fluid instead. And
Oh,
spinal fluid is what keeps your brain level. So I could not stand up. I couldn't sit up. I had to lay flat for you know how long? Two
flat.
fucking months.
It
2
happened to
months
me
I
when I
had to
was
lay
little.
flat. Do you know what they gave me for medication? Morphine. For 2 months, they gave me morphine. When I got out of the hospital, they gave me Vicodin 5 milligrams. You know what I wanted? Something a hell of a lot stronger. And that is exactly how my addiction began.
Girl, I know what you're saying. It happened to me when I was 13. I had a spinal tap and left leaking. And my father, when they took me home, OMG, I had to lay flat for, I guess it was 9, maybe almost close to 2 weeks. If I even lifted my head up a little bit, the searing pain was so bad. It
you're
was
fine,
a
baby.
pain like I've never felt in my life. And they gave me nothing for it. They just said lay flat. That was it. Because I was young.
Yep, that's what they tell you. And then for mine, because they hit my spinal fluid, so they tried to take blood out of my arm and they tried to put it in my back where the spinal fluid was leaking because your spinal fluid does not clot. They
Right.
tried to take blood out of my arm and they tried to put it in my back to clot the spinal fluid from leaking out of the hole in my back where they missed. And it failed about 2 days later. So there were periods of time that I went home for like 2 days, maybe 3 days at a time. So 3 months minus maybe 4 to 6 days. I was in the hospital on hard narcotics.
Seen there, huh, Fair? Funny,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it. Yeah, had two C sections, spinal headaches are no joke. Yeah, I know, I've heard that.
It's not even a headache. It's worse than a headache. It feels like somebody's tearing your head off your shoulders.
Mine wasn't just a spinal headache though. So like my brain was literally sitting uneven. When I had my second C-section, a day later, I was like, you can take me off the pain meds. I'm fine. I felt completely different from my first birth. It's a whole different atmosphere, but that's, mine was medical, but people need to understand that addiction goes hand in hand with a mental disorder. People who have ADHD crave a specific type of hug. People who have anxiety crave a specific type of hug. If you go to counseling, if you go to school, if you learn about this, if you do anything involving hugs, you will learn this. Hugs are consistent with a mental disorder. It is not people's fault. Yes, do they make the choice to do that hug for the first time? Absolutely. But somebody with a mental disorder doing a hug for the first time and somebody without one doing a hug for the first time is two completely different experiences. So, for example, and I'm not saying mom has done hugs, I'm just using her as an example. She could go out and she could do H, right? And she could be completely sick and say, I hate this. I don't like this feeling. This is disgusting. This is gross. But somebody with anxiety whose heart is constantly racing, somebody who does not feel right 99% of the time can go out there and do that same hug and feel completely normal, feel like they've always thought they were supposed to feel, and that's how they become addicted. This is how I'm supposed to feel. That's why I'm going to keep doing this. It's very different experiences, and unless you know how it feels from an addict's point of view, then you don't know. You might know because your friend, your family member, your loved one is an addict, but you don't know that the first time they picked up that drug, they felt normal for the first time in their life. And they felt normal and became until it became abnormal. And they didn't realize it until their whole life was gone. They don't care if their family's gone. They don't care if their friends don't talk to them anymore. Their kids were taken. It wasn't my fault. That's what they'll tell you. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. Unless you have been in those shoes, you don't know. So please do not drug an oh my God. Do not judge an addict unless you have been in their shoes or unless you have the education and the understanding to know what that addict is going through.
Somebody said, was that Benny Jet? Said her sister had a reaction to a DPP shot and had a seizure disorder and functions as a two.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that,
Sad.
Benny.
Well,
I really am.
most of
But
the people in here know that my son died from a seizure at 37. He would have just next month on the 3rd, June 3rd, he'll be gone 3 years.
The multicolored one. Do you have the end of that? The back of it? Are you serious? You don't have no more?
no, I don't.
There is no excuse for what Lisa is doing. Lisa is absolutely playing off of addiction, and Lisa is playing off anybody's heart who knows addiction. I do want to respond to this, Allie Robinson. Also, why it's so hard mentally as well for us to quit. I'll never feel normal again. Because when you're quitting, you don't feel like you'll ever feel normal again. You don't. I quit cold turkey from the hardest hugs that are out there, and not just one hug, all of them. I quit cold turkey, and I ended up in the ICU because I was so sick and I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, I couldn't do anything to soothe myself. I couldn't do anything to feel right. I felt like I would never feel right again. My thoughts were consuming me that I should go out back and pew myself in the head, that it would feel better for everybody. And I'm glad I didn't do that. I'm so glad I didn't do that. But an addict's brain tells them that they are better off without the people that love them. An addict's brain is something you can't understand unless you have been there. I pushed away, cut out absolutely every single person in my life for one reason or another. Even the people that came to me and said, "Hey, I know you're using and I'm here for you." And I was like, "You're wrong, and excuse you for accusing me." I would cut them out too, you know? Even though they were right, I cut them out. But we don't know any better. And I know that a lot of people think that Lisa losing her son should be rock bottom, but it's not. It's not. It's not going to be her rock bottom. If she's an addict, that's not your rock bottom. Your rock bottom is when you can't get hugs anymore. When you have no income, when you can't get the hugs, that is your rock bottom. And that is why we do this, so that people know what's going on. so that they do not send her money, and so that she cannot get those hugs, so that she does hit her rock bottom. Because when you hit your rock bottom and you can't do it anymore, that's when you yourself makes the decision to get help. I did. And if I can do it, and I was I'm not going to say I was the worst type of addict because I never scammed anybody. I never stole money. I constantly had a job. I was a functional addict, but I made some bad decisions. I walked the streets and I made my money to get my drugs that way. I did that. But I came out of that and I'm doing fantastic. I hit my rock bottom and I built my way up. And if you know anything about Harry Potter or J.K. Rowling, she built Harry Potter on her rock bottom. Voldemort is her demon. That is her addiction that was chasing her from the time she was a child. Anybody can come out of that. I appreciate all the comments saying you're proud of me. I
Can I
am
ask
also
how old
proud
you
of
are?
you. What?
How old are you?
I'm 35
Okay.
and I was on the streets until I was about 27 probably. So, it's been a while, and that's why I have no problem talking about it. There's nothing that you can say to me. There's things that you can say to me that's going to make me cuss you out and say things that I've worked so hard not to say, not to be that person. That is true. I can be triggered into saying things that I wouldn't normally say because I've worked so hard on me. But there's nothing you can do or say to me about my past because I will tell anybody about it. There's 208 people in here, and I just told everybody I used to be a hooker. So, exactly, Allie. We hated ourselves more than anyone ever could. And I mean, part of me believes that Lisa's never had a genuine friendship. Part of me believes that Lisa just needs genuine support and she's never had that. But the other part of me believes that Lisa is just that manipulative person. And there are those kind of people.
I
Thank
have
you.
to agree.
I hope your daughter finds herself too. And if she needs anything, if she needs to talk to somebody, I have resources. I will talk to her. I will help her. If anybody has a friend, a family member, or a child going through anything regarding addiction, domestic violence, trafficking, I'm here for you. I can help you. I can speak on that because I know that and I am here for you. I will give them my utmost support and I will be a role model in their lives.
She said, "Thank you. I will get in touch with you."
My inbox is open. My friend requests are open. Please
Somebody
feel free
said
to message me if you need to.
somebody said she has taught her kids how to do rugs with her.
Who?
I guess
Me?
Lisa. No, Lisa. I think she's talking about Lisa.
Um,
You will never trust a human.
so when you have a parent that's an addict, it can go one of two ways. Your kids can learn how to do
I know. That's why I said Lisa. That's why I said Lisa.
your kids can learn how to do hugs with you. They can learn how to manipulate. Or I have my kids. I have a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old that I do not have custody of. And they want absolutely nothing to do with that. I have friends that grew up with addict parents that want nothing to do with that. And because of their experiences, because they didn't have that other parent, they never, ever even went near anybody who even remotely once touched hugs. It can go one of two ways. I mean, the best bet is to always not do hugs when you have kids, obviously. But some kids will stand up and say, absolutely not. Other kids will be like, well, why were my parents so into this? Let me try it.
I have siblings, never touched a thing. Me and brother, addicts.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily your upbringing. It's like I said before, addiction goes hand in hand with men, um, not mental disabilities, but mental disorders. Everything from ADHD to anxiety, depression, all of that, everything goes hand in hand. And if you have any of those mental disorders and pick up a narcotic or drug, a hug, then you are going to become attached to it. Your sister, your full-blooded sister, could be perfectly fine and pick up the same hug at the same time you do and hate it while it makes you feel normal. And I think that's something that our science needs to figure out. Like, why, if they know that there's something lacking from our mental chemistry, then that is something that they need to work to fill it. They need to fill that void so that everybody feels normal. Everybody should be able to wake up first thing in the morning and want to take a shower and put their makeup on and their best clothes and feel their best. Everybody deserves that. There's nobody that does not deserve that. Everybody deserves that.
I think you have a lovely, calming voice. I think you
If you
should be
use
some
it
kind of
correctly,
counselor.
you
I
will
think
not
you need to
always
be
be
a
addicted to
counselor.
it.
You sound like you have a very soft-spoken, caring voice.
I was told
You
that
even
when
calm
I was
me
in
down,
my
and I'm not
own
even on anything.
IOP. When I was in my own IOP, I was told that I should become an addiction counselor because I understood where addicts were coming from and I didn't judge anybody. And in fact, I helped most of my class so that they could graduate because by the time I got into IOP, I was 6 months clean. But I was still there and I was there for a reason. And I understand that now. I didn't then, but I do now. And it's helped me.
You're
And
the
then
type of
I
person
went
that
through the
Lisa needs to
domestic
hear from.
violence and I went to a DV shelter and I had counselors there. And I understand. I understand that things happen for a reason and everybody is at their own point in life and you need to accept that.
Wow.
I
Absolutely, everybody can change. Even as a domestic violence survivor, even an abuser can change. An abuser can change with the right counseling. And if they want to, if they recognize the problem, they can change. Anybody can change if they recommend. Jesus Christ, I can't talk tonight. If they understand their problem and they acknowledge and when you have a problem. What's a reach, Lori? Some people don't want to train, don't want to change, Francine. Some people don't. Some people will never see the problem. I actually have friends of my own, and Mom and Sharon can probably verify that because I've tried to talk to them about personal friends of mine that they won't change. The courts, the law enforcement that's local to us, they've literally given up on some of my friends. Some people can't change, but until they're in a body bag, they have that ability.
can I say something to Allie Robinson? She says on here she was
Go
a
ahead.
nurse. That she was
Hey,
a nurse.
Noel, did you get my message?
Me?
No,
No,
this
I was
Allie
talking
that
to
she was a
my
nurse.
namesake there.
Um, anyway, she said she was a nurse, and nurses can do these type of things, take medications. And I swear, the last time I was in the hospital, I got to fight in a fight with a nurse because I think she copped my medicine not once but twice. And as soon as I started opening my mouth about it, 10 minutes later they had me discharged. I know for a fact she swiped my meds, and they wouldn't believe me
Oh wow.
because I was in so much pain. And you know when you get your medication, especially because it went through my intravenously, well through my port, and you could feel it, like you could feel that like a rush, I guess you would call it, like a heat feeling. I was in so much pain, and when I didn't get that, and I was still in pain, I had to lay there for well no, it was almost 6 hours till I had to wait for the next dosing of my medication. And I laid there in pain, and I couldn't do anything about it until I caught her the second time, pulled the same thing on me, and I lost my you know what. And I said, I know what you exactly did. I'm not stupid. I accused her of it. The head nurse came in. She stormed out like she was like, you could just tell she was guilty the way she stormed out. She got away with the whole thing. Yeah, so absolutely. So when I'm in the hospital, do I watch my meds? Absolutely. Yep.
It's me, Noelle. I promise. It's me. I just changed my name. Do mods, mom, Sharon, anybody? Don't block her. She just literally has the same name as me. She's
Oh, okay.
real. I've been friends with her for a while. She's come in here before. She's legit. She's not a troll.
I'm gonna get off of here. I gotta get some sleep.
Nothing else will.
But I'm sure you'll be somebody will be around to see her 2:30 in morning showing or
No.
sooner.
Not
You guys
me.
have a nice night. It's been nice talking to you. We had to cut up a little fun tonight. I mean, because you got to, or you'll pull your hair out. You'll be bald.
Right.
So
I agree.
I'm gonna say goodnight to everybody. Everybody be safe, and I guess see you later tomorrow during in the afternoon. Have a great night.
Night, Sharon. Thank you.
Right.
Good night.
Yeah. Thank you, Star, for coming up and telling your story and talking a little bit about your
You're
feelings
welcome.
on it and what's
Do you
going
want me
on.
to drop?
Huh?
Do you want me to drop?
No.
No. Okay, I'll
No.
stay.
I want to take this time and say thank you because I was like listening to your story and I didn't want to like interrupt you and everything. So I wanted to say thank you because it's not easy sometimes and I appreciate that. What name needs to be unblocked?
No, I was just saying don't block the lady that's in here. Her name is Noelle Richardson, and a lot of you know that's my real name, Noelle Richardson. She's not a troll. We found each other here on TikTok. She just happens to have the same exact name as me. She's not a troll. She's amazing, and I love what she does.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
don't block her. Please don't block her.
Yes, we did. She
She's the
said.
only other person that I have found with my exact name, so please don't block her.
Same spelling and everything?
Same exact. I have the umlaut above my E as well. My name is French for Christmas, and that is my last name. We have the same first and last. I don't think we have the same middle name. She's a lovely woman. I love what she does. Um, she's wonderful, really. I've watched a lot of her videos. And Noelle is such a rare name that it was absolutely amazing to meet another one.
Born Christmas Day.
Yep, and I was born Christmas Eve, so we have that. I think I believe when I talked to her originally, her mom is French, and my name is just French for Christmas. It was on the hospital room door. That's how I got my name.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's crazy. So yeah, if you see her with her picture, nobody please don't block her. That is she's legit.
Wow, that's awesome.
If
Yeah.
they have my picture, if they have my picture with that name without a mod symbol, then block them.
You two are meant to find each other.
I feel that way. Um, she's a psychic. She's a psychic medium, and her work is legit. Um, she's wonderful. She really is. She does wonderful work. I've sat in a lot of her lives, and lots and lots of people have reinforced her work and her word. She goes to groups and does psychic and mediums. I mean, you may not believe in that, and that's okay. um I do, and I have been to other psychics, and I've been to other mediums, and I can tell you stories. She's legit. Some of them are not, but she is. And you don't have to believe in it, Carmen, and that's perfectly okay. That is up to you. But the people who may be questioning it and want to find out, I'm going to stand with my word to go to her. Um, I've been there. I lost my fiance.
Hi,
Who's
Benny. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead, Star.
I lost my fiance when I was in the army. Not me. Oh my God. I lost my fiance when I was 17. He joined the army at 18. You can look it up probably. You can look up John Yasko, Fort Hood, Texas. He died in Killeen. It was a car accident. That was my fiance. Um, I have his name tattooed on my wrist. And I specifically went to a medium because I was absolutely devastated. I was heartbroken. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't eat. My mom had to take care of my daughter because I just couldn't manage myself. And I went to a medium. It wasn't her, but she has the exact same energy as the one I went to. And I had tonight messaged her and told her I wanted a reading. I wanted to meet with her. This isn't something I would promote if I didn't know they were legit, and I've watched her for months on end. I have watched the people in her lives that say things resonate. I have understood her energy. If you have lost a loved one and you are devastated, a psychic medium is somebody that you should try because it can give you the closure that you absolutely need.
You're fine, Farah. That happens more than you know.
So much.
More than you know.
I understand people don't believe, but I'm just saying, like, my story, and I do believe. And, I feel like I was drawn to her for a reason. She has my exact name that I've never met anybody else on the earth that does. And she just happens to do the things that I enjoy. And she happens to be very, very good at it.
They feed into your emotions and they ask questions.
That's not true because, I mean, some of them might, the scammers might, but when I went and saw a medium, she literally pointed out an exact song that I had been listening to when I lost my fiance. The exact song. She didn't do it knowingly. She pointed out some lyrics, and it was the song that I had been listening to give me strength, kind of. Some people don't believe it, and that's okay. But if you do, you should do it. Um, when I grew up, my mom went and saw psychics, and they predicted every single one of my dad's heart attacks. They predicted my sister's car accident where she rolled her car over. The psychic, her name was Jean. She said that my sister would go up a hill and reach a fork in the road, and she wouldn't know which way to go. So she would kind of try to go both ways and then overcorrect, and she would roll her car, and she did. Um, you either believe it or you don't, and that's okay. I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't mean to take over your live and start talking about psychics and
You're
mediums.
fine. We pretty much, that's what Sharon was talking about earlier when people were coming up and arguing and everything this morning, is we don't just talk about Lisa. And I want to
No.
make this clear because of what we were talking about just now. Everybody
Yeah, we
says
talk
that,
about food. We talk about anything
everybody
anyone
says,
needs to talk about.
yeah, everybody says that we're obsessed and all we do is talk about Lisa night and day, but we don't. You know, we talk about all kinds of stuff we have since I've been doing this channel. And this is just an example of what we do. We'll be talking about anything and everything sometimes, but we also do talk about hug addiction and enabling and Lisa and all of that because it is a very serious subject and close to our hearts. And so we do talk about that. We sure do. But we talk about a lot of other things too. What are you
Karen,
sorry about?
sorry.
She said,
Karen,
I'm sorry.
she did. She thinks that she interrupted her live, I believe. You didn't.
Oh, no.
It's wonderful that you came in here because you were a breath of fresh air, in my opinion. But I just want to say, just Karen, that's not how psychics work. They usually connect with your life and your loved ones. Lisa is not that to any of us. Um, it would be nice if it was that way, but that's not really how it is. They connect off your psychic energy, which is yourself and your loved ones and the people closest to you. It doesn't really work like that unless Lisa went to her for a reading. There's no way that she could say what Lisa's going to do or what's going to happen.
No, but yeah, this is just a perfect example of what happens sometimes with us. Yeah, there's times we talk about Lisa a whole lot, but then there's other times we talk about other things. That's why I think I get so upset when people just say, "Oh, you just talk about Lisa day and night, day and night, day and night. You're obsessed." No, we talk about a lot of different things. Like I talk to Star a lot, and
A lot.
we talk about all kinds of things. You know, we talk about all kinds of things. So it's just not true. But no, you didn't take over the live. I'm happy that you guys were here. I'm happy that Star felt comfortable enough to come up in the box and say the things that she said and tell people. And it was just honest. Yeah, it was great. It was.
I
Wonderful.
will always be the most honest person. If anybody wants to talk to me, my box and my page is open. I do have the ability to go live, so if that's a thing, you know, if people want to come after me, if people want to ask questions, I can go live. I can answer those questions.
Are you
Uh,
thinking about going live?
no, not necessarily, but after last week, I feel like some people might have questions and they deserve an explanation, and I'm willing to give it.
Oh, that would be awesome. If you ever go live, let me know.
I don't want to. That's not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after the way I was made fun of and my pictures brought up. Yeah, my teeth are messed up. I did drugs. I did drugs for
Hugs, hugs.
hugs. I hugged a lot of people for a long time. My teeth are messed up, but I own that. And I still think I'm beautiful.
You are. You are very beautiful.
Thank you, Mom. There's not much that anybody can say to upset me. Um, I thought, but after a while, and I've been working on myself as well. And yeah, there are some things that you can do and say to get to me and force a reaction out of me. And that is exactly what happened. Um, I didn't mean to make fun of anybody or their situation. That's That was never my intention. So if anybody felt offended by my comments that were posted in this live, you can message me or I can go live and we can address them together. I'm willing to face that because I know where they came from. I know what happened. I have the screenshots and I have the proof. Um, and I do take accountability because I thought better in myself. I thought that nobody could affect me. And lots of people that are in this live can account for that, where I said nobody can mess with me. Nobody can get me there. But they did. I let them. I let them. That is my accountability. I let them get me to a place that I swore I'd never go again. And that place is where I said something so low, something so beneath me as a person that I regretted it. And I have regretted it for 3 days now. I haven't been able to sleep because I'm not that person and I don't want to be that person. But it happened and I'm here and I will take accountability. And I'm not here to give you an excuse, but I will give an explanation and I will give the truth. I messed up. I messed up. And I let somebody get me to the point where I said something so disgusting. I said something terrible. I said something beneath me. I said something I don't believe in. I said something I'm against. I did it. I did. But I'm here and I take accountability. And that's something that the other people who provoked me to that point won't do. There is something called a reactive response, and that's what mine was. I still know it was wrong, even though I shouldn't have said it, even though I knew. That's why I'm mad, is because I knew they were trying to provoke that kind of response out of me, and I did it. And I didn't mean it in the way that they presented it. I meant it in the sense that your IQ is low because of this reason. But I understand how it could have been taken. And I do regret that. I regret what I said. That's not the kind of person I am. I never want to be that kind of person. And I've worked very hard to not be that kind of person. I used to be that kind of person. I'm a Capricorn, and when I get mad, when I get upset, I will say the things that hurt you the most. And I've worked very hard not to do that because I know that those kind of things are not appropriate. I know that the kind of things that hurt people are not meant to be said. I know that that's not okay. But I did it and I own it and I regret it. I know that they meant me to get to that point, and for hours, hours, I rebuked everything they said to me. They tried to pull up my family, but they were wrong. They tried to pull up multiple Facebook pictures of me and make fun of my face, my chest, my looks, my teeth, everything. They wished unaliving upon my son. They told another girl that they hoped she was trafficked. They said the worst of the worst. And it got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna fight fire with fire. And that's not me. And I shouldn't have done that. But when you wish ill upon my child, an 18-month-old child, and you put his pictures in your Discord and you make accounts with my picture and my son's picture and all of that, um, when I say what I say, don't be surprised. But that's not the person I want to be. They got me there. They got me there. And I own it. and I regret it. But I also think that it was not unwarranted. They told a girl they hoped she was trafficked. And what I said was,
Can everybody like the live? I just want to make sure it stays safe. Thank you guys.
Mom,
Like the live.
I'm not going to say the exact words I said. After they told a girl that they hoped she was trafficked, after they said they hoped my son was unalive, after they said they were going to dig my father up from his grave and uh, frape him, after hours of taking everything they said about me, my child, and my family, yes, I did respond to one girl and I said, your father fraped his sister, and here you are. That is what I said. And I'm here and I'm owning that. And that has nothing to do with mom, mother, mom. This has nothing to do with her. She didn't know it was in there. She didn't know this was going on until after. So to do this here is not her fault. It is not her problem. But it happened, and people came for me for her to people came for me in her life. So I'm going to own it and I'm going to talk about it. After about 3 to 4 hours of them coming for me on my looks and my child and my family, and they told the other girl, and I do have a screenshot where they said, I hope you get eggs trafficked. Um, so, and I ignored that, not for the long haul, but I did ignore it at the time being. And after they kept coming for me and my child, they won because they wanted a reaction out of me. So they did win. They won. They won when they got me to say, you are a product of incest, is what I meant to say. I was not, what they came in here and said is that,
Like the live, please. Thank you.
what they came in here and said is that I was making fun of rape victims, and that was never my intention. I'm actually heartbroken that anybody thought I was doing that. If you want to talk to me about it, I'm happy. My inbox is open. My page is open. Friend request me, inbox me. We'll talk about it. I can go live if anybody wants to confront me on my own page. This is not mom's fault, and I want to make that clear. I said that. I was wrong. I was wrong. It is my fault because I let them push me to that point. Um, my my intention was never ever to make fun of anybody who has ever been raped. My intention was to insult her intelligence, because to tell me that they hoped my child died, who was 18 months old, I felt that she was obviously the product of incest. And I mean, that's it. I stand by that. I still think she's the product of incest because obviously her intelligence is so low, um, that you think it's okay to tell somebody that they should be trafficked. You think it's okay to tell somebody that you hope their child dies. Um, I have screenshots. I can back everything I say. Um, my intention was never, it would never ever be to make fun of somebody who has been a victim. I'm a victim of domestic violence, and my back is always with the victims.
Yes, big dog. I saw that video. Thank you so much. I saw that before, but thank you.
I will have your back before I have anybody else's. So, I mean, for 3 days, I have been crying. I haven't really been on TikTok much. I'm not hiding. I have been here, but I've been quiet, but I'm not hiding. I feel disgusted that somebody could have taken what I said in that way. But I do understand how it could be taken that way. And if anybody wants to talk to me personally about it, my inbox is open. But please don't take this out on mom. This had nothing to do with her. This really needed to be addressed because it was brought to the attention in her life. And I'm here to make sure that it is not her problem because it was my problem. She never told me to go in that live. She never knew I went in that live until I said I did, until I sent her the screenshots. Um, I can take accountability for anything and everything I've ever done. I won't lie. I have no reason to lie. I can point you to the direction in everything I've done. I have no reason to lie. They do. I don't.
I'm kind of shocked it was you that said that stuff. Dang girl.
It was me that said what? Because I literally just said in this live what I said. No, what they said isn't okay. And what I said isn't okay. It wasn't okay because I knew that they were trying to get a reaction out of me and they got it. And what I said was disgusting. It was ill. That's the person I never wanted to be. But I did do it. And I don't stand behind that. I stand behind the fact that I think that girl is below IQ. I think that she did not have proper education. I think that she's inbred. That's what I think. That's not what mom thinks. So don't bring that to her live. If anybody has an issue and they want me to go live, I'll do that. But don't bring it to hers.
Who? Somebody said?
I don't really want to bring it up again. I snuck into a Discord because there are people provoking Lisa to go live. There are people offering her money to go live because they want to see her on live. And I outed them. I outed them publicly, and they didn't like that. So they came after me, my looks, my son, my dead father. They came after a lot of people, even some who were not involved. And I want to say this just so there is a actual record. Scam Slam never invited me to that Discord. I don't talk to Scam Slam. I don't know Scam Slam. She had nothing to do with it. Katie,
One day they were in here, yes, and they were kind of going back and forth, yeah.
I did give them a good one, but it's not a reaction I ever wanted to say to anybody. They got me. They got me good. Um, I used to be that person. I used to be that person who would say nasty and disgusting things just because I knew it would hurt you, which is what they were saying to me and doing to me and other people. But that's not the person I want to do. No, I did not get into it with Scam Slam. In that Discord where they were threatening my child, myself, and other people, they thought that she invited me into that Discord. She did not invite me into that Discord. I don't even talk to her like that. I don't I don't I don't have anything against Scam Slam. I watch her lives. She didn't invite me to that Discord. I don't know her like that. But they assumed that it was her. It was not her. I'm still getting messages from their Discord. It's not her. It's
But
settled on
she
my
said
part.
she would go live and discuss it if anybody wanted to discuss it. So,
Absolutely. Scams
I don't know.
nothing to
Waste
do
of
with it.
time.
And I will say that again. I will say it 1,000 times. I don't know her like that. I can show you the messages between me and her. I was watching a live one day and it ended, and I think my scroll it took me into somebody named Jeff's live, and I got a message from Scam Slime saying he's a scammer. Please don't send him money. Blah blah blah. She was being kind. She was being sweet, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she informed me, and that's the extent of our messages. That's that's the extent that I know her. Besides, she covers Lisa. I didn't know she even covered anybody else until she messaged me about being in someone else's life. And she did it in a respectful way.
I like Discord personally. It's
There
her
are
that I don't
some
like.
discords that are good, but you just have to be careful who you trust. That's all. Um, our Discord is private between our family, and ours is good. But the others, I can't speak for them. I'm in about four that are fantastic, and they have nothing to do with each other. No scammers. I mean, one's about Sims, one's about Family Feud.
Yeah, I'm not in any. I like the ones that I like the one that I'm in right now. And that's the one I'm in. That's the one I stay in.
I
Yep,
just don't
that's all
think
it
it's
thinking.
fair that people attack you for me or Sharon or anybody else. I don't think that is fair at all. Um,
Yeah, I get enough hate. I really do, guys. I get enough hate all on my own. Um, yeah.
she does. She's got Napoleon making TikToks about her, little guy with short man syndrome. Um, he's making TikToks about her. She doesn't deserve that. She's really just trying to bring awareness so that nobody gives Lisa money. If you hate us, hate us. Hate us on the outside. Send us messages. Call me. You want my number? I'll give you my phone number. But don't mess with her because this is the sweetest, most mothering lady I have ever met. And I call her mom because she's the person I call when my power goes out and I need to ask, do I have to throw all my food away in my fridge and freezer? She's the person I ask, can I cook this hamburger even though it's only halfway to thawed? Can I do this? Can I do that? Is this okay? She's the mother that I call. So don't hate on her. You want to hate on somebody? Hate on me.
Yeah, I hope we can get it worked out. And I hope if anybody has any questions, thank you, Star. And I hope if anybody has any questions, she said that she'd go live and answer everybody's questions, so that's good, Maybe everybody can get it worked out. Baby Yoda, yes, I did get your I just now checked it. Yes, I did get that. I did get that. I've been getting a lot of messages per day, so it's hard to but I did get it. It's hard to sometimes read all of them. Like sometimes I'll get 50, 60 messages a day. I'm still wondering who is still giving Lisa money. I don't know. Everybody's kind of looking into that. I don't have a firm answer. But there's a lot of people that message. Um, yeah.
Mm.
And I still don't know like who's who and who's coming on whose account and who's this person. Like, you can always wonder and think who it is, but you don't really know. You know what I mean? So I don't want to say, oh, it's this person when we really don't know. You know what I mean? I want to have like evidence and proof and all that because that's what everybody else goes on is just their thoughts. You know what I mean? But guys, I am gonna get off of here because I've got to get my animals ready for bed. I've got to get ready for bed. It's getting late. Thank you, Star, for coming on and sharing and coming in the box. I do appreciate that
Thank you,
very
Mom.
much. Thank you. Really, thank you, Star. Thank you.
And again, if anybody has an issue with me, please take it up with me. My messages, my friend requests, they're open. If you want me to go live and address it, I absolutely will. But don't take it out on Mom. Don't take out on her what I've said or what I have done. Oh, I gotta go too. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Star. So thank you, everybody. Have a great night, and I hope everybody had a wonderful time here. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, for the likes.